What's up, everybody? It's August 2025. We finally made it. We are almost halfway through the tropical season, but we're getting into the peak of tropical season here in Eastern Carolina, and I'm talking about those hurricanes. Now, we haven't seen anything. Tropical Storm Chantal is basically it so far, but let's break things down as we head into the peak seasons, that being August, September, and October, as we head further into the 2025 hurricane season. Now, looking across the region, just tropical tracker really quick, we can see the disturbance closer to home. We're seeing that passing cold front that's sparking our atmosphere a little bit close to home, giving us the potential for some excessive rainfall. But as far as the Atlantics, things are calm. We have plenty of dust. I'll show you in just a second. That's Saharan dust, but not a whole lot to talk about other than the dust moving across and keeping things quiet in the Atlantic as well as the Gulf. Now, looking at tropical content, we do have warm waters, plenty of warmth actually for these hurricanes to start to develop as we head further into the next coming months. But as far as a disturbance currently forming, we're not talking about anything, so things are quiet and calm. Here's a look at that African dust we were just talking about moving across northern portions of Africa and into the Atlantic Ocean. This helps mitigate the tropical development because the storms don't like to intermix a lot of that dry air. They like things hot, humid, and I'll show you that in just a second. Looking at the 2025 hurricane name list, we already talked about Tropical Storm Chantal. We know that all too familiar. We just saw that one. We're keeping our eyes on our next tropical storm to develop. If it does develop, it'll be named Tropical Storm Dexter. Typically, we see Tropical Storm Dexter or the fourth named storm right around August 15th. So we're coming up within the next 15 days to be seeing that. We'll keep you posted on that. As far as hurricane formation, I just want to break everything down for you guys and explain it a little bit better so you actually understand what's happening here between tropical storms and cyclones developing. So this is basically what begins to happen in the early stages of a hurricane actually forming. You see a lot of moisture. You see everything starting to heat up there in the Atlantic and in the Gulf, which we were just showcasing. We were looking across the Atlantic and the Gulf looking for those hot spots, and we looked at the water temperatures. Now you start to see everything lifting because it's so hot out there that the storms and showers are beginning to organize. But what's key is that we don't see a lot of wind in the horizontal. We're not seeing a lot of vorticity just kind of shearing those clouds and moisture apart. We want to be lacking in the wind department at this point in time. Now, we have those water temperatures that we talked about that are definitely warm enough. That continues to intensify these storms across the Atlantic and in the Gulf, so they'll slowly migrate and become a tropical depression as those showers and storms begin to organize. That's what we kind of saw leading the early stages of Tropical Storm Chantal off the coast of Florida, and we watched it work its way up the coast. After that tropical depression forms, those are the wind speeds 38 miles per hour, we start to see it intensify and begin its circulation with those showers and storms that have already organized. So now we're leading to some circulation and the wind speeds starting to pick up. Now we're really watching the size of this tropical storm, indicating if it's going to grow and exceed that 73 mile per hour threshold. If it does, then we're left with what we don't want to see here in Eastern Carolina, that hurricane. Now, it's important while everything's calm right now that we start planning and preparing ahead of time. Now, keep in mind, this is what the prediction was earlier in the season. Right now, we haven't seen a whole lot. We've got about 3 going on 4 for tropical storms actually being named, so things have been quiet so far. But remember what I said earlier, we're getting into the peak seasons as we head into August, September, and October. So leading forward, now would be the time to start making those preparations. So keep that in mind. Here's a look at the preparation list, what you should actually be preparing for. So develop an evacuation plan. It's very often that everybody's saying, I'm staying put, I'm not moving, I'm going to fight the storm. Well, just keep in mind that you need a disaster supply kit. That could be water bottles, that could be your bandages, just a medic kit. Keep in mind that there's going to be some power outages. Make sure you have your phone charged. Make sure you have a backup way, maybe one of those battery packs to charge your phone when the power does go out, or even one of those Mofis. People have those still on their phones. Keep that in mind. Power outages also will lead to not being able to get any fuel. So maybe your planned route is all backed up and you decide to take an alternate route. There's a few trees down there. Now you're cutting into your gas supply, so keep that in mind as well. You're not going to be able to stop and get gas if everything's flooded and also the power is out across the block. Here's the look at how much water you guys should probably keep on standby. This is a lot. This is a lot to think about. There's not going to be any fresh water. You're probably not going to be able to run to a store and buy some fresh water either. So you're going to need a lot of water, or at least a way to purify and filter that water. So this is something I would keep in mind. Now, if you don't have one, a weather radio, make sure you grab a NOAA weather radio. We're going to be in Jacksonville next Wednesday. Here it is, August 6th from 11:30 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. Make sure you come out and grab a NOAA weather radio. It'll give you those alerts. They didn't see those alerts. You look at Texas as an example. They did have those alerts, and you start to see the aftermath of what happens when you don't receive those alerts and notifications. Now, meteorologist Tyler Vangi here. Like I said, Chief Meteorologist Donnie Cox will be there in Jacksonville. If you guys want to come out and grab that weather radio, that NOAA weather radio, we'll see you guys next Wednesday in Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll keep you updated as we head through this 2025 hurricane season. Thankfully, things have been calm. They're going to start to amp up as we head towards the next 3 months.